All right, welcome to our team call. I'm going to hand it over to Rachel, who's going to go quickly over recognition, and then we will let Miss Jackie Robb lead us tonight.
All right, y'all, we have helped 84 people so far this month. We're not even exactly halfway through the month yet. I was just like, oh my gosh, there's literally like 50 something names to read for a Success Club point so far. So super exciting. So leading our team both at Success Club 10 is Jackie and Leah. Success Club 8, which is 4 people, is Genevieve and Kristen. And Kristen, I just updated yours because I know you said you just signed somebody up. And then having locked in Success Club 5, sitting at 6, is Leah. Oh wait, that's old, right? Leah, Fallon, Haley, Annie, Jordan, and Sierra. And then just one more person away from locking in Success Club, Rochelle, Jenny, Rachel Maldonado, Arivai, Lou, Raquel, Jessica, Paige, Mickey, Hannah. And helping one person so far this month is Jessica, Caitlin, Marissa, Emily, Cassidy, myself, Ashley, Tori, Mandy, Jenny, Angela, Chelsea, Laura, Jennifer, Eldridge, Joanne, Yvonne, Mallory, Alini, Dakota, Jessica, Shauna, Molly, Kristen, Nancy, Emily, I feel like I might have said her twice though. Cassidy, I think I said her twice. Jennifer Flores and Jordan Waldrop. And then for rank advancements from this past week, Shauna Thompson is in week 4 of 6 for 2-star qualifying. So in just 2 more Thursdays, she'll be able to open up her second business center, which is the rank advancement that gives you like the most lasting effect on your income after Emerald. So that's what we're all shooting for. And then Allison Mormon is holding week 4 of 6 for Diamond, and Jennifer Eldridge week 1 of 6. And then other Emeralds so far from this month are Ari Dunn, Jessica Ballard, and Elena Moore. All right, that's all I've got.
All right, Miss Jackie Robb, you take over, my friend.
All right, let's do it. Okay, let me share my screen real quick because I made these really cute slides. Okay, here we go. All right, so my call tonight is lead with your light to serve others. And I feel like I've been in a constant state of finding my why and finding my reason. And I know we always try to focus on what's your why? What's your why? But honestly, forever and always, pretty much from the very beginning, is just to be happy. Like, I just want to be happy. I want to help others be happy. I kind of found my light was just to help others find a happy place. And so over, I guess, I can't believe it's almost been 4 years, but over the past 4 years, this has just been like a really fun journey for me to create a leadership role for myself that I never thought I would be able to do before. So that being said, let's go to this next guy. So I just kind of broke it down into lead, light, and serve, just because I want you guys to have a really simple foundation on how to grow to diamond. A lot of the things that I'm sharing tonight, I feel like if you've been here a while, you already know, but I feel like it's so important just to remember where the foundation is whenever we're building a business. So number one, when you're leading, if you are not saying your affirmations out loud, you need to start doing that. I used to think it was the most ridiculous thing in the whole world. Like, I would literally kind of giggle and smirk at people when they're like, these are my affirmations. I say them to myself. I'm like, why? That's so weird. But I even started to like record myself saying them, and I would play them back. So even on like hard days where I was just not in it to win it, I would play that back to myself, and I would really like kind of like vibe with myself, like, yes, that is what you're here for. You're a leader of leaders that show others happiness. Like that was a huge kind of direction change for me. So if you feel weird saying them out loud every day to yourself, say them out loud one time and record it. And that way your voice is always coming back to you. And if you feel silly, just replay it. And it honestly makes a huge difference in your belief in yourself. The second one for leadership is schedule Zoom calls for team power hours. Like, I have been showing up every morning at 8 a.m. with those Zoom calls to work my business. And I'm telling you, like, just the energy in a Zoom call really helps you just get to work. And you're done in an hour, you're in and out. And it's literally helped me to hit Success Club 10 in the first week of April. Because I showed up every day at 8 a.m. I showed up. And I did what I was supposed to do. And honestly, like, whenever teaching is the #1 priority in my life, which it still is, but I'm not having to wake up and go to work as soon as I get done with the workout. It's been a really big kind of mindset shift. Coaching has become my creative outlet. And I feel like that's really making people to see the excitement that I have in it, where I've usually put a lot of that energy into teaching. And right now I have a creative outlet to do that with coaching. And it's been really fun. So schedule Zoom calls with your team for power hours, because I'm telling you, it makes a huge impact. Murphy is a coach on my team, and like, sometimes we'll just hop on a team call, just her and I, because she just needs an energy boost. And we'll put on some music. We'll start a little power hour really quickly, and just to kind of get higher vibes going, because she's a hardworking mom. She works at like this care center for little kids all day long. And she comes home, she puts Freya to bed, and then she has to work at night. So if I need to be there for her, I'm going to be there for her. I mean, I'm up. I might as well hang out with the people that I want to build this with. So if you need to schedule that with your team to get them to show up too, that might be a really great way for you guys to get to know each other. Another one is show up for your business daily. I am notorious for like going hard for a week or two and then kind of backing down, like, oh, okay, I got Success Club 10, I'm good. But this month I haven't. Like, I've been rocking and rolling because I'm showing up daily. Like, I have 2 coaches I'm signing up under Jason tomorrow, and it's crazy what happens when the ball keeps rolling. If you let the ball stop, it's so much harder to get into those daily actions and put it into action. So show up daily. And if that just means that you're answering messages back, you're still creating that high energy every single day. And even if it's just 20 minutes a day, I know Rachel was saying today she was just kind of like in this funk, but as soon as she sat down and started working, it was like, oh, it's just like, it's nothing after it's done. But if you get the ball rolling, it makes a huge difference. And if you're not filling out your tracker and doing your 4 vitals every day, you can't expect your team to. So if you're not showing up, and I wasn't showing up every day to do that, but now I am, and I know that my team is too. #1, because I'm asking them to like share pictures of their tracker or reach out if they have questions, and they are more and more every day. Be the leader that creates leadership roles. I know that there's so many coaches in here who run challenge groups together, and I love that. That was one of the #1 reasons I hopped into this, was because I wanted that community, and it was really fun for me to see. But having a role in a challenge group was so much more fun too. Like, being able to schedule a post and being able to hop in and check up on people. And that was like my job. Like, I knew I had to show up on Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. to make my post. And that was a game changer for me. I was showing up, and even though I didn't have like coaches at that time, I was still showing up. I was still being a leader. It was just in a different role. I was a challenger trying to build up my team. So make leadership roles for people that you either believe should be coaches, or people who are signed on as discount coaches even. You can say, this is kind of a look into what I do in our group, and just kind of set them up with like, hey, why don't you set up like a fun check-in tonight? And they love doing that, especially if they're community builders like I am. The next one is make Success Club a non-negotiable. For the longest time, every single month, I would hit Success Club at least 5. And then, of course, we go through these rocky moments, but as soon as you go through that rocky moment, you can't let that beat you down and be your normal again. you have to keep on going. And if you make that your normal, then your other coaches are not going to see it as a possibility for them. If you are not showing up to build your business, your coaches are going to see that. And a lot of them, if they're just starting out, they're going to be really intimidated by that. Like, Jackie's not hitting Success Club, and I know that she's outgoing, and I know that she's goofy, and I know that she likes to have those conversations, and she's not hitting Success Club, so there's no way I can do that. So if you are showing up every day, again, you will hit Success Club. If you're showing up with that positive mental attitude every day, you're going to hit it, especially if you're in it with your team. And the last one for lead is put your learning into action. This is where I also kind of fell in a hole. I would show up for team calls because I love the community. I would show up for trainings because I love the community. I would show up for Super Saturdays because I love the community and seeing my girlfriends. But if I got home and for the next month or two, I didn't do any of the training that I just got, that was awesome, I'm not going to see results. So you can show up and be there, but unless you're taking what you're learning into action, nothing's going to happen. And that's really the awesome part of this is you're always growing, you're always learning, and you can always grow your business in a different outlet, in a different direction. But you have to put it into action. So inviting different ways, sharing the results in different ways, sharing the community in different ways. It's really showing action from the steps that you got your training from. Let me go into light. So this, I feel like, looks very different for other people. You have to find your passion behind coaching, behind your purpose in coaching. So if your passion is fitness, you probably lead more that way. If your passion is health, you probably lead more that way. If you have a love of Disney, I don't know why I would put that, but you lead in that way. You just have to make sure that wherever you're leading people, it's something that you believe in and out. You know, if you're just wanting to be a good mom, I feel like that was one of my biggest reasons I started to be a challenger, is because I felt like I was a bad mom. I wasn't showing up for my son after I was working all day. I would come home and I was exhausted and lay on the couch, and I wanted to be a good mom. And so now, like, I share so many times where, like, Joe and I are doing something silly, or Joe and I are doing a workout, or Joe and I are sharing laughs in some kind of way, or Joe is drinking daily sunshine. So I'm kind of showing him, you know, like, this is our lifestyle, and he's loving it. He's loving this new lifestyle. So I share that all the time. If you're wanting to find a passion with helping people create more income, like, I know that was one of Rachel's main passions, because, like, she shares it all the time, and she attracts so many awesome business builders that way. But you really have to find it, and you have to share it, and unapologetically. Because I learned that as soon as you're like, oh, I feel kind of like people won't like me if I share stuff like that, then those are not your people. So you need to find your passion, and you have to share it. And if it's not for them, then they can unfollow you. And if it's not for them, you probably don't want them on your team. So find your light and go with it. The next one is do daily PD to raise your vibes. So reflect on what you need to work on. I also like to read things that make me feel good, but I'm already kind of a positive person, so it doesn't really teach me new things. One of my favorite books is The Happiness Project. If you haven't read it, you really should, especially if you have hard days with staying positive. It's a really great book. And I always go to books that have bright and fun colors. So I'm really thankful that Rachel told me about Fear is My Homeboy, because the cover is bright. I haven't started reading it yet, but I know it's more about building a business and not being afraid of that and going with that. And I need that in my life. I feel like if I'm using PD of what I'm already good at, it's not going to help me grow. So you have to find something that is going to help you grow. The next one is show up with positivity daily. And if that means that you need to put on happy music and you need to jump up and down, if that means you need to meditate before you start to work, if that means you need to light your candle, if that, I don't know what that means for you, but whatever it means, show up with positivity. Because if there is one thing that I know about this team, they are always looking on the bright side of life. And there's no way I would have signed up with anybody in here if they weren't. Because that was the one thing that, like, I tell Rachel all the time, I'm like, coaches would ask me all the time to sign up with them, but I never had a connection with them, and I never looked at them as positive people. And Rachel was a completely positive person, especially around me all the time, because mostly wine maybe, but it was still really fun. So show up with positivity, because that will also attract more people that are like you and wanting things like you. And nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy all day, even if it's virtual. So if you can't find something that makes you happy, you need to read the Happiness Project. I'm just gonna put that out there. The next one is breathe belief into your coaches, because number one, it's good for them, but also number two, it's kind of like affirmations to yourself. So that was one thing that I try to do all the time. If I ever have a coach that's saying, I can't do this, or I'm having a hard time with this, I'm like, you can do that. That's what you're here for. You're here to help other people. You're here to show them that their life can be different. You have all the tools. You have me, you have all of Team VIP. You like literally blowing belief into them like a balloon. Because starting your business, especially if you're brand new to coaching, it can be really overwhelming. You get trainings on trainings on trainings. You have all these Zoom calls. You have all of these different links and files and forms. But if you're just breathing, and if your coach is supporting you, you have the ability to blow other people up that way too. And you have the ability to help inflate your own mind on top of that. And if you're telling your coaches that they can do it, then that's also blowing belief into yourself that you can do it too. So breathing that belief into them every day. And even if it can be a little bit exhausting at first, it helps you to kind of lift your spirits up too. And my last one is serve. Connect with people daily. This number one, I think, because I'm extroverted, is a huge game changer when it comes to my energy and my positivity, because I feel like the more I reach out to people, the more I reach back. And that can be something with as little as, hey, hope that you had a great birthday. Or, hey, I saw your post the other day about that recipe that looked delicious. Or, oh, I love your pink hair. I've been trying to turn my hair pink for the past 2 weeks, and I can't seem to figure out how to do it. But it has to be genuine. It has to be honest, and it has to be true to your heart. Because if you're just going to reach out and say, hey, girl, we haven't talked in a week. How are you? I feel like that's still kind of true to my heart. But if it doesn't sound like you're wanting to connect with them, they're probably not going to want to connect with you either. So it has to be something that you're wanting to reach out and talk about. And then also, I never knew that this happened to other coaches, but sometimes challengers that you have fall off the wagon and they never reappear. And I thought that maybe I was just the bad coach that would just, like, people would just disappear. But apparently that happens everywhere. But reconnecting with them, they need the attention. They want that little extra spark of energy from you, because that's what they signed up for. And maybe in a challenge group, they're not getting that everyday one-on-one with you. And so they feel a little bit like the wallflowers. And they kind of blend into the background. But if you reach out to them, even months after they fall off, and you say, hey, I really miss you in our challenge groups, and you had such great energy when you were in there, I would love to have you back in there. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? They're like, yes, sign me up. Yes, what can I do? Yes, how can I hop back in? Immediately. And the best part about that is if it's after 6 months of their first purchase, you get success code points with that from people who already know that this works, which is even more awesome because they already know what they need to do, and they're showing up because they want to be there for you, because you had the time to reach out and ask them if they needed back in, and you had the time to reach out to ask or tell them that you wanted them back in. So if you have challengers that fall off or coaches that fall off, reach back out to them, because they probably just they need that attention from you to know that they matter. And as soon as you make that reconnection, they are like willing and ready to hop back in with you. I send messages all the time just to check in on people. And a typical message that I just put something in here for you guys, but like just for a friend. It could be a challenger, it could be a friend, it could be a next door neighbor I used to live next to, it could be an old teacher friend. But I always say, I'll just put in a name. Hey, Amy, I know that life right now is just so crazy different. And I know that having more than one kid has to be a challenge. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're a rock star. Hang in there and stay healthy. Life will be back to normal one day and we will live to tell the tale. And that breathes in a little bit of positivity to them, makes a connection, makes them know that I think that they're awesome. And also, that's a really great connection message to keep the conversation going. And it literally takes a copy and paste sometimes. I have a lot of mom friends because that's part of like my niche of people that I try to connect with. Because I know that they don't want to feel like a bad mom. And that goes back to the reason I started this. So something as small as that can really help to show up and serve them in a positive way. Even if it's just a conversation, like maybe that mom is having a really freaking hard time and they just needed a conversation, because I know so many of the parents right now on Facebook are like, okay, I quit alcohol o'clock or something like that right now. And it's overwhelming to me because I can only imagine. Joe is awesome and he's very independent, but I can only imagine having 3 kids, or Kyle, I don't know how in the world you do it, but you're a rock star. It's really nice to just have a person to talk to for a second. Another mom who just gets it. And then the last one is give tips and tricks with health and wellness on your page. We have so many resources when it comes to meal plans, to nutrition, to fitness, to extra ab workouts. Like you could literally watch Autumn's 10-minute ab, record 3 of the moves and share it. Like those are such easy ways to give people insight into what you do, but also giving them things that won't cost them money. And I know so many people are hurting right now for money, but if you can just give them a simple recipe to get their kid to like veggies, if you can give them a dessert because Easter just happened and they're probably eating all their kids' candy in the closet. I would be accepted in the closet and I can't see it. If it's sharing a recipe from Fixate, if it's literally anything that people don't have to pay for, that's value. That is what people are looking for on your page and with you every day. If it's like simple 10-minute meals that are, maybe it's already pre-cooked, you just have to reheat it. Guys, that's a tip. So many people don't know that things are out there like that, and instead they go to Chick-fil-A or they go to Whataburger or they go to McDonald's. So sharing any kind of tips and tricks on your own page or on your stories is a game changer when it comes to making connections too. Because I'll tell you, half the time that I post something on there that got Joe to eat something healthy, when Joe's drinking Daily Sunshine, or whenever I post like a quick dinner, like dinner is done in 10 minutes. I always get messages the next day. How did you do that? What is that? That looks delicious. What's in that shake? You know, like anything that you share that gives value to other people for free, super simple. That's an easy way to serve others. So that was all for me. I talk really fast. I'm sorry. I feel like that went by real fast. All right. So
I thought that was so good. You gave so many amazing tips that aren't just for like how to take your business to the next level and reach diamond, which I know is something that's everyone's goal right now. Sorry, Ryan's doing dishes. But like what you
well, or what you've done so well is built just like a really solid business that you're getting paid every single week, Jackie, because Jackie is serving people. And that's what her business is focused around. And I know like at this time, especially when we're like all like hustling and pushing for goals, you're like, you can feel like I need to make this happen. When you take a step back and stop focusing on you needing other people, but focus on how, like, what ways do other people need you and how can you serve other people and showcase that? That's when you start getting all of these like amazing responses and truly helping people like Jackie's just shared about. So I love like how simple you kept all of that, and like you show up to work your business with that mindset every day, and that's why it's working. I loved it.
Does anybody have any questions on anything Jackie covered? I loved it. I love it. Truly, like those 3 points, lead, light, serve, just sums up what we do as coaches. So thank you. Okay, one thing I wanted to touch on, if you have questions, pop them in the chat and we can make sure that Jackie has a chance to answer them. I posted in Team VIP today, who has Power Greens? So just show of hands, do you have Power Greens in your home at this point right now? Okay, get excited. If you don't have it, that's okay. Order it, because honestly, veggies, I know I don't get enough. And unless I can just like force them down in my shake, or Power Greens is such a game changer for me, I don't eat enough. I just know that. I try to eat a salad every day. It doesn't always happen, especially right now. It's chaos. I don't know if you listened to the National Wake Up Call today. If you haven't, I highly recommend. For new coaches, again, that's every Monday at, is it 9 a.m. Central Standard Time? 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I usually catch the recording either on the Team Beachbody podcast, or I go back to Team Beachbody 411 page. But today it was really great, and she was offering ways in which you can use our products differently. She also talks about, she makes like chocolate recover, like chocolate candy, which I will be trying tonight. And then she talked about one thing that she does for her Power Greens. Usually with my Power Greens, I just put them into my shake, and away we go. It's fine, it's great. But today, she recommended taking a glass of water, Power Greens, and half a scoop or half a packet of Energize, mixing it up and drinking it. So I was like, well, I think I'm gonna try this. Y'all, it was amazing. I did it as an afternoon pick-me-up. I'm obsessed. And I thought it would be fun. I know we've been playing fun with the Spirit Week and things like that, but I thought it would be fun. We brainstormed some names of the Green Giddy Up, because it's greens that you're getting and the Giddy Up to give you like an afternoon pick-me-up. And I thought it would be fun if we could do like a Green Giddy Up like tag and share, kind of how we do like an Energize tag, we could do a Green Giddy Up tag. So if y'all are down for that, I would love to do that. Because honestly, I just think, first of all, everyone should be drinking Energize. I just fully believe that in my heart. Like, people need caffeine. They want caffeine. Let's give them a nice plant-based source. And 2, everyone needs more veggies in their life. You put them together. It's the best thing that could have ever happened to us. So try it. We'll come up with some more details. I'm not really trying to do anything super formal, but I thought it'd be fun to do a Green Giddy Up tag. So that's something that we're going to be promoting. But try it. Let's see if you like it. If you don't like it, obviously don't promote it. But I tried it today and I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was delightful. So I will be doing this every day from here till eternity, because I need more greens, and who doesn't need an afternoon pick-me-up as a mom, or just anybody in life. Cool. So get excited for that. When you see Green Giddy Up, you'll know what that is moving forward. And if you haven't watched or listened to the National Wake Up Call, highly recommend that as well. Okay. Any other questions before we go? Jackie, I didn't see you. Did anybody else? No?
This chat is cracking me up.
Oh yes, the Green Giddy Up. We are excited. Yeah, so let's be creative with it. I mean, I don't know, whatever song you're gonna do, how you're gonna promote it, I don't know. But I just feel like this would be a great way to spark interest. And again, everyone needs energizing in their life, and everybody needs more Power Greens. So I'm so pumped. Excited to see you tomorrow on the social with the Green Giddy Up. All right, bye guys.